Run that back one time.
Look like it's snowing me. This cause I'm throwing money. They thinking it's fucking funny, but I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I only live one way. This Monday through Sunday. See me on the highway. They calling me the fly J. Then they see me passing by. Now they call me the fly J. See me when I drive up. They calling me the driveway. And I got a swing.
It's Texas. It's a driveway. Damn, I'ma do my thing. And I'm a niggas. They calling me Moses every time they see me. I'm burn a bush, burn a bush, burn a bush. What up, my guys? What's another show, man? Late night NBA talk with Jay. See what I'm saying? Once again, doing it for everybody, guys. So, I mean, if you don't mind, join the channel as a member. You don't have to, but usually I do these late night shows only for the members, guys. So there are special perks with being a member. But regardless, let's try to get this cash tonight. You see what I'm saying? Which glasses we're gonna put on tonight? I'm gonna need the good luck shades tonight, man. You see what I'm saying? Going with a tough spot, man. I still like the spot though, and there's a ton of reasons. It's a spot that I'll take a million times out of a million and ride with the results, man. But let's get over here to the streets of. Let me just switch this banner real quick. I ain't here to waste your time, man. So if you do like the show, if you appreciate these late night shows, me, you know what I'm saying, doing this for everybody, please hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Let's try to get 1,500 likes. We got 1,400 the other night, man. Let's try to get 1,500 likes for me doing this overnight show. You see what I'm saying? Because I could just do the 1 p.m. show or whatever, but let's get straight to it in this one, guys. And there's also the trade deadline as well. So be mindful of the trade deadline at 3 p.m. Eastern, guys. Obviously, after that, the teams are going to be their teams or whatever, unless somebody gets bought out or whatever. But I just want to let people know that be careful. Trade deadlines at 3 p.m. Eastern. You never know what the fuck is going to happen, man. But I'm not here to waste your time. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the channel as a member, all that good stuff, my guys. Let's head over to the streets of Indiana here. I'm not here to waste your fucking time. Pacers land 6 at the house versus the Golden State Warriors. I'll tell you this. I don't like the spot for the Warriors. I watched the game versus Sixers. First off, I didn't want the game to be a blowout. I wanted the starters to be in and play 30 minutes. Nobody played 30 minutes, so that's not good. One of the younger guys on the team played 29 minutes. He played the most minutes. Clay played 28. Steph played 25. See what I'm saying? Draymond Green only played 18 minutes. So that really messes up everything. First off, there was a lot of things to say about this game. First off, I can only look towards Pacers, but the odds makers have basically made this line where it's basically so fucking high that they're begging you. They're like, it's not that they're begging you to take the Warriors, but it's like they know what spot this is. This is a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, 5th game in 7 nights for the Warriors. They coveted fade spot that I always talk about here on this show. So this is a horrible spot for the Warriors in this one, but the books know it, man. That's why they got the Pacers being favored by 6. I'll be perfectly honest. The Pacers should not. It's a little bit too heavy of a spread for me. And first off, the Warriors, like I said, so they've been playing a lot better basketball. They're 4-1 straight up in ATS in their last 5 games. So they're playing a lot better right now. They're not like, oh, okay, they're the fade Warriors. This team has actually been balling. They're trying to play defense. Kaminga's been balling. You got Andrew Wiggins that's woken up. That's 2 straight games. He's had over 20. So Pacers would like to be. I can still only look towards Pacers, but like if you want Pacers -6, you're definitely paying a premium here, in my opinion. And we know that Halliburton's questionable. When he gets ruled in, it might even go up to 6.5, 7. So Pacers are the spot. They should win this game by double digits. The Warriors should run out of gas, but it would have just been a lot better if the Sixers were actually competitive in this game. And at least it was a 5-10 point game where the starters had to play in the 4th quarter. But they didn't. It's just everything then set up right. I needed the Warriors to win, but I needed these guys to play at least 30 minutes. But it's still 5th game in 7 nights, all on the road, in the last game of a road trip as well before you head back to the house. I mean, the Warriors do need every win right now. I'll tell you that right now. This isn't going to be an easy win for the Pacers, but I just feel like the way that they run and gun up and down the floor, obviously with Halliburton out there, I think this team, it's very possible that the Warriors could run out of gas in this game. And I always say the Kings and the Pacers are 2 teams that you don't want to play on the back-to-back, especially 3rd game in 4 nights and 5th game in 7 nights. So could only look towards the Pacers, but I just want you to know, like, this line is, I thought it might come out -2, -3 or something. You see what I'm saying? They made this shit. They did this shit
they caught up with this spot. They're like, all right, fifth game in 7 nights back to back. All right, we're gonna put a premium. I guarantee you they added 3 points to this fucking game, man. So Pacers -2, -3. I probably would have got there, but -6, it's a little hefty, guys. I still lean that way, but and also if the Warriors had played 30, 35 minutes, I'd probably still lay points with the Pacers, but they were able to get some rest, and it's not that same spot, but it's still a fade spot. I'm never taking a team in fifth game in 7 nights. You see what I'm saying? So it's Pacers or nothing for me there. I heavily lean that way, but I'm not gonna bet it, guys. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Let's go over to the streets of Orlando in this one. Magic laying 11 at the house versus Spurs. I don't necessarily know about that. I mean, Magic are good, and they're going to win this game. They're 15-7 at the house, 14-7. Let me see, is it what 14-7-1 against the spread at the house? No, they're 14-7 at the house. One of those games was in Mexico. So that's why I believe that I think it was Magic versus the host or something like that. But regardless, 14-7 against the spread at the house. They did just beat the San Antonio Spurs. It was a funky type of game because they were down 3 at the end of the first quarter. They were up 7 at the end of the first half. Then they started blowing them out, and then the Spurs came all the way back and made it a 3-point game with 2 minutes to go in that game. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like they wanted the Spurs to cover or something. I remember somebody DM'd me about that game. It was like, you see that game, man? You see how funny it looks? It almost like, what do you think happened? I told her straight up, looks like they wanted the Spurs to cover. You see what I'm saying? So Spurs could have probably fucked around, covered that game. Now it's on the road. Now, obviously, it's the Spurs are on a back-to-back here. I think Wemby say he's going to play in this back-to-back, but I don't know. You could check me on that. Because he was sitting out for back-to-backs for a while. Let me see. I think the last one, Wemby played the both. So if he played both in the last back-to-back, then he should be playing in this one. You see what I'm saying? Even if they list him questionable. He did play in the last back-to-back. That was on February 2nd and February 3rd. He played at the house versus New Orleans, and then he played as well at the house versus the Cavs. So this one they do have to travel, so you never know if Wemby could be ruled out, but something like they want Wemby to win the Rookie of the Year, so he's having to stockpile his numbers and stuff. So this is a back-to-back, but it's not far travel, and they just had 3 days off before the Miami game, so it's not a third game in 4 nights. They had 3 days off before that back-to-back, and they got smacked as well. So y'all know me. I'm only looking at dogs right now. This is the first game back at the house for the Magic after a little 5-game road trip. Obviously, they're a much better team. They're a much better defensive team. They have the size. They can bother the Spurs. Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., Jonathan Isaac. Now, Isaac might get traded, to be honest with you, but they have the size to bang with Wemby down there. The Magic are 5-1 against the spread last 5. They were 5-0 before they got smacked versus the Heat, so they are coming off of a bad game. I just don't know if I want to lay 11 here with the Magic. Could they smoke the Spurs? It's very possible, but slight lean to the Spurs. Not something I'm going to be playing, I'm telling you straight up, but if Wemby's in there, I would lean towards the Spurs plus the double digits in this game. The Magic are good, but I don't know about laying double digits with them just yet versus a team that's like that they want Wemby to look good for. The Spurs aren't going to win, but that doesn't mean that they can't keep this one within 5, 6, 7 points, keep it within double digits, but still lose the game. I don't know about laying double digits with the Magic right now, my guys. They're going to win this game. They need to win this game, like these type of games to make the playoffs, but I'm not laying 11 with the Orlando Magic in this particular situation. Let's go over to streets of New York City in this one. Mavs land 2.5 on the road. Damn, the Kings got the lead that fast, bro. That was crazy, man. But Knicks, the Knicks, I'm worried. If I were you, if you like the Knicks, I'd be worried about Brunson, man. OG might be out for a little bit longer than expected. They're without Quinn Grimes as well, still without Mitchell Robinson, even though he's close to coming back. Now, this is a revenge spot. The Mavs, I believe they had sat some guys. I remember they sat some guys the last game. Let me see who sat. Somebody sat in that game. Kyrie played in the game. He had 44 points. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 32. Luka was ruled out in that game. I remember it went up to 4.5. And I was telling people, I said, watch out for this game, man. I still think the Mavs going to come to play here. And they end up winning that game outright. It got close at the end, but they were up by 18 at the end of the first quarter. They were up by 19 at the end of the first half. And they let the Knicks come back in the fourth quarter. I remember they had made it like a 1-point game with 1 minute left, but the Mavs end up pulling out. And they end up pulling it out. Let me see if Lively was in for that game. The Mavs didn't have Lively either, so they didn't have Lively or Luka, and they still beat the Mavs. And Brunson was in the game as well. So the Knicks are obviously banged up right now. Like I say, So Josh Hart had kind of tweaked his knee. They said nothing was really wrong with him, but he was grimacing at it for like at least 5 minutes in that game. The last game they had OG Anunoby as well. He was in there. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of this Mavs team. I do think that they're soft. The Knicks are a much tougher team, but they're starting to drop too many bodies now, man. I already thought that the Knicks had went through like a lucky spell where they were catching a bunch of teams in the at the right time. You see what I'm saying? Now, in my opinion, I think the Mavs are catching the Knicks in the right time. Jalen Brunson's not 100%. Hart might not be 100%. They don't have OG Anunoby in this one. You're losing Grimes off the bench, so you're losing some depth, and you're having to play guys like McBride, who isn't bad, but Grimes is obviously would play over McBride. So Knicks coming off a couple. Knicks are coming off of they're red hot, 9-1 straight up in their last 10, 7-3 against the spread. But I think they're a little too hot. I think the Knicks are due to possibly lose some games. I lean towards Mavs here, -2.5. Luka's questionable here with something. I think it was like Luka's questionable in this game. You see what I'm saying? But he probably should play in this game if I'm not mistaken. Luka should play here, but I heavily lean towards Mavs. Jalen Brunson being questionable is a huge thing here because if he even if he plays and he's not 100%, that's going to be huge for a Knicks team who, remember, they're still without Randall as well. They fucking dropping like flies over there, man. So I do think the Mavs team is soft, but there's going to be spots for every team. It is revenge for the Knicks, but I think the Knicks are just way too hot right now, and the injuries are going to finally start to catch up with these guys. It could be versus the Mavs. Remember, they're always going to want to take it to Brunson. If Brunson's out, they could mean a little bit different. Maybe the Mavs have a letdown, but they need to stack up all the wins they can get after playing lackluster for so long. You see what I'm saying? Mavs are slowly trying to play a little bit better basketball, even though they were without Lively. So I said all that to say, I heavily lean towards Mavs here, -2.5 in this particular spot. I do think that they get it done here. And if Jalen Brunson's in, it might go down. But if he's out, that shit's going to go up to 5.5, 6. I think regardless if Brunson plays, he's not going to be at 100% whatsoever. They kind of sounded like surprised that he was leaving the last game without crutches or a walking boot. They sound surprised. So that's not a good sign, in my opinion. I think Mavs -2.5 is the right side here. Let's go over here to the streets of Brooklyn here. Nets getting 2.5 at the getting 6 at the house versus the Cavs. I don't really have much on this game. The Cavs have been absolutely balling. I'm not betting against them. Obviously, they're at a back-to-back. This is a third game in 4 nights and back-to-back for the. Hold on, let me see something real quick. So 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is their 6th game in 9 nights for the. This is the 6th game in 9 nights for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Back-to-back, 3rd game in 4 nights, 6th game in 9 nights. Now, they've been absolutely red hot. They're obviously the much better fucking team than the Nets, but I'm not really messing with this game. I don't like this. I don't like when a team gets to playing 5th game in 7 nights, 6th game in 9 nights. I never bet on those type of spots, especially when laying points as well, especially on the back-to-back. So it's ugly as hell, but I mean, the Nets are trash. I'll tell you that. I could only look towards the Nets in this game. I'm not going to say I lean their way, but I don't like laying points with the team that's on a back-to-back 3rd game in 4 nights, 6th game in 9 nights. I'm almost never laying multiple possessions in a game like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's very possible that the Cavs fucking around could run out of gas in this game. The Nets aren't the greatest team. They're actually not a good team at all, but this is not a spot that I want to lay. Sometimes you got to take the names off the front of the jerseys and just cap these guys, cap team A versus team B. And this is not a spot that I'm laying points with the team on the road, back-to-back 3rd game in 4 nights, 6th game in 9 nights. It's very possible they could run out of gas in this game, guys. But obviously the Nets have been playing like trash. Let's get over to the streets of Milwaukee in this one. Bucks laying a 1.5 at the house versus the Minnesota Timberwolves in this one, man. Wolves coming off a game where they blew a 23-point lead, went to overtime versus Chicago and lost that game. I'm sure they're pissed. I'm sure that the Bucks are pissed as well. Now they're starting to drop like bodies as well. Chris Middleton's out. Now Brook Lopez is going to come back. Why the fuck did they just somebody explain this to me? Brook Lopez is still in Milwaukee, but you're going to list him questionable all day and then rule him out an hour for the game. What makes sense with that, guys? Just understand how they try to fuck us. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to understand how the odds makers and the teams and like they're all together with this shit to try to get as much money on one side, and which I still think the Bucks were the right side, but I'm just talking about something that has nothing to do with the outcome of the game. The fact that they'll list a player questionable with a team and he's not even with the fucking team really doesn't sit right with me, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, at some point we got to realize like they're out to like try and take every single fucking dollar out of our pocket. It's almost like a scam. Like, I just don't see why Brook Lopez, like, there should be a fine. But all right, I'm gonna get off the rant or whatever. But Bucks have owned the Wolves. They're 8-2 straight up, and 8-2. No, they're only 6-4 against the spread in the last 10 versus the Wolves, but they are 8-2 straight up. Obviously, this is the first game back at the house after a 5-game road trip. Probably still didn't practice. They still don't have enough practice. So when I was listening to Giannis interview the other day, what he was saying was, he was like, shit, we gotta play this game. And he's basically said that the team is tired. You know what I'm saying? I still think if Middleton didn't go down, they would have got it done versus the Suns, but it was just too much. Missing Lillard, Lopez, and then Middleton, that was way too much. And they still probably should have covered the game. But Giannis is basically saying that they hadn't really had a ton of practice time. He telling me that they've been trying to go hard at not telling me, but telling everybody in the video. He's saying that like at shooting rounds, people are trying to go hard and shit, like trying to show off for the coaching staff. This is from his words. So he's saying by game time, they are a little gas. I'm not going to lie. That's how he said. To be honest, by the game time, we are a little bit gassed. I'm not going to lie, you know. So I mean, we have a game in Phoenix, and we have this game in Phoenix, and and we're going to spend the night in Phoenix, and then we're going to get back maybe 6-7 p.m. and then we have another game, but when everything slows down, I believe we're gonna get there. That's what he said. You see what I'm saying? So basically what he's saying is we still haven't had time to practice. When we get a few days off, that's when we can really get some practice in and get some rest and then go on a run. You see what I'm saying? So this is the first game of a back-to-back as well. They got the Hornets on deck. Obviously they can win that game by whatever they want versus the Hornets. This is a tough game. I'd like to say that the Wolves bounce back. They're definitely the much better. They can match up well. They got Gobert down there that can kind of try and stop Giannis from getting to the basket. Now, if Gobert a couple of quick fouls, that's not going to be good. You see what I'm saying? Because Giannis going to have to have like an MVP performance here. We know that Lillard is still questionable here as well. His ankle is maybe be kind of bad. You see what I'm saying? The way that they're saying if they sat him out in that game, then his ankle might be a little bad. So even if he comes back, he might not be 100%. Bucks in theory should start to stack up some wins. I'm just not sure if it's going to come here, if that makes sense. They're going to start to stack up wins. It's almost like the Clippers, where they were horrible at first. They're 1-4, obviously, with Doc Rivers out there, but at some point they're going to put it together. I just don't know if it's going to come here. I would lean towards the Wolves, but this is a game, I'll be perfectly honest, I could see it going either way. If the Bucks put things together and got the win here, it would not surprise me whatsoever. If I'm betting it pregame, I could only look towards Wolves plus 1.5, but I'm just not really, this is a toss-up type of game, and I can see it going either way, so I don't bet those type of games. But I must say, if I had to bet it, if I had a free bet, I'd probably take Wolves plus the 1.5 coming off a meltdown loss. But like Brook Lopez is going to be in for sure, because he's been in fucking Milwaukee this whole time. But you need to see what's up with Lillard. You know what I'm saying? If Lillard's out, I'll be honest, I don't really see many pathways for the Bucks to get it done here. I'd lean towards Wolves plus the 1.5 in this game. So over to the streets of Memphis here. Don't have much on this game. I'm only looking at dogs. I'm not really looking towards the Memphis Grizzlies, though, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not looking towards betting their games. Now, if Jaren Jackson Jr. comes in this game, maybe they'll have a chance. They do have revenge. They just lost versus Chicago. They lost, that was January 20th. So that was only 2 weeks ago. They lost by 29 points in Chicago. They got absolutely blown the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? So they do have revenge. They are back at the house, but they've lost 5-6 straight games, damn near on purpose. They still covered 4 of those games. They've actually covered 7 of their last 9 games. So Grizzlies have still been covering games, even though they're only 3-6 in their last 9 games. You know what I'm saying? They're 7-2 ATS, 3-6 straight up last 9, but they are 0-5. They've kind of noticed, like, you see them with trading Tillman today to the Celtics for a couple second rounders. It's a fire sale right now in Memphis. They're not going to trade Maine. They're not going to trade Triple J, but they are going to get some assets and start looking towards next year. So could they win this game? It's very possible. The Bulls could have a letdown, but I could only play Bulls here. I'm not like I say, if Triple J plays, maybe that means the Grizzlies are trying to win. But I mean, if he's ruled out, like I say, I'm just not looking towards betting the Grizzlies games right now. I don't care if Triple J is in. I think it's a 1-800 gambler game. If you're betting the Grizzlies right now, you might want to call the 1-800 gambler number. Now, they could get it done, guys. So, I mean, if you like them, then let me talk you off. But just knowing what I know, I'm not looking towards betting the Grizzlies unless they're getting like double digits or some where it's plenty of room for them to lose the game but still cover the spread. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And this +5 kind of spread, like, I mean, shit, it's damn near need to be a winnable type of game. And I'm not sure if the Grizzlies going to do this. So slight lean to Bulls -5, but I'm not fucking with that game. Let's go over to the streets of Phoenix in this one. Suns land 7 at the house versus the Utah Jazz in this game. Like I say, Suns, they do have, now I do think the Suns are coming off a lucky win. If, like I tell you straight up, if you had the Suns in that last game, I think you should go get a lottery ticket. Now, the Jazz aren't the greatest team on the road. They're 9-19 straight up on the road. 13-15 against the spread. Here's what I don't like about Phoenix. They are coming off a lucky win. They're still not in the best of spots because they still came back from a long road trip, got a lucky win. This is the second game, though, and you head back out on the road after this game as well for a big game versus Golden State. This could possibly be a trap spot for the Phoenix Suns here. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to take the 7 with the Jazz because they are a totally different team on the road. They just traded one of their guys, Fontecchio, and then they might even trade Kelly Olynyk as well off the bench. You see what I'm saying? So this is a tough game. I don't like that Bradley Beal's questionable in this game. That kind of shows me that they might be looking ahead to that Golden State game. That's a much bigger game. The Suns are rolling right now, 7-3 straight up last 10 games, 5-4-1 against the spread. This is room for the Jazz to be scrapping and fuck around to lose, but still cover the spread. Slight lean to the Jazz, but it's not something that I'm super heavy on. But I know if Beal does sit out, that just kind of tells me that the Suns are kind of looking ahead to that game versus Golden State, my guys. So, which obviously is a big game. It's a big game that they won as well. So when you come back off a 7-game road trip and then you got a quick 2-game homestand, then back out on the road again, it's just this is somewhat like of a trap game here. So the Suns don't take the Jazz serious, they could fuck around and lose this game outright, man. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Now let's get over here to the game of the day in this one, my guys. We're going to the streets of LA in this one. We got the Lakers getting 3.5 points at the house versus the Nuggets. Now I know the Nuggets have absolutely owned the Lakers, but this is a big spot here. This is a big spot for the Lakers. And I even know as well that this is their first game back after a 7-game road trip. Now, it's not the best of spots, but at least they did, like, even with it not being the best of spots, I admit that. I keep it real with you. I'm not just going to say, oh, I like this team, so we're going to ignore that shit. No, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's their first game back, but they know what spot it is. They know what day it is. They know what's happening as well. I don't know if it's happening before or after the game, but Kobe's statue will be unveiled in this game. They're wearing their black mamba. I don't give a damn about the jerseys. They could be wearing whatever. They could be wearing muscle tees out there. They're unveiling Kobe's statue. This is a big day here. You see what I'm saying? They've had 2 days off of rest as well. And we're facing a team that smoked our ass in the Western Conference Finals as well, man. The Nuggets obviously swept these guys in the Western Conference Finals, and they beat them on ring night as well. The Nuggets obviously have beef with the Lakers. They're gonna want to win this game. I keep it real with you, motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? I'm still taking the Lakers plus 3.5. I don't give a damn. This is a spot that I'm gonna take. Obviously, they've lost 6 straight to the Denver Nuggets as well. Like I say, they got swept in the playoffs, lost the first game of the season, 119-107. But guess what? They were getting smoked in that game. They came all the way back to make that a close game. I remember in the third quarter there, it was a 6-point game with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. It was a 3-point game with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. This is what the Lakers not really having a ton of I'm not going to say continuity, but they were just not ready to play. We know an older team takes them a little bit more time to get them ready to play for the season. It was the first game of the season and in altitude. These guys weren't in shape, and they still came back from down double digits to make it a 3-point game. I think that playoff revenge shit is real, and I even said in that game, I took the Lakers that day, and I took a loss, and I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm taking them next time. This is that day, but it being the Kobe day and all that with the playoff revenge, obviously with the Lakers having bad blood with the Nuggets, all that, I got to take the Lakers here plus the 3.5. I think they win this game outright. You gonna give me 3 in the hook? I'm gonna take it, my guys. I like the Lakers here plus 3.5. Top spot of the day here on Kobe day. I like this spot. This is a spot that I'll bet all the time. It is what it is. First game back after a 7-game road trip, but they did have 2 days off of rest, 1 day to recover. They practiced today. And I think they come out here and give it their all and try to win on Kobe Day tomorrow. It's a huge game here. So give me Lakers plus a 3. It's not a lock. It's not guaranteed. The Nuggets are a great team. They've been off for a while as well. You see what I'm saying? So the Nuggets have been off for 3. They're going to be off for 3 days. So they have the rest advantage. I'll keep it straight up with you. They got to start 5. Jokic is a bad matchup for – I'm not going to say it's a bad matchup, but he is like a matchup that can give the Lakers some problems, Aaron Gordon. But KCP is banged up. He did leave the game last game with a hamstring. hamstring. So we'll see how injured he is. Maybe he plays in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, but I don't give a damn. Now, obviously, D'Angelo Russell could get traded at the trade deadline, guys. I always keep it real with you. So if you want to wait to bet this game, I do think it's only going to go up. You might get 4 by game time here, but I don't care. I don't care if D'Angelo Russell's traded. As long as I got the majority of the team out there, this is a motivational spot. This is a narrative play here. Give me Lakers plus a 3.5, top spot of the day. Last game. 1-800-GAMBLER number. I did not care. You never know who's going to try and lose this game on purpose. It's the Pistons versus the Blazers. Pistons, if they're coming off a win in the game, they're definitely not trying to win back-to-back games. You see what I'm saying? But the Blazers aren't necessarily – I mean, I'm not going to say they're not trying to win because they're a little bit further off. They got 15 wins. The worst teams got like 9 and 10 wins. But, I mean, who's to say that the Blazers won't try and tank this game away? You already see Scoot Henderson pop up on the injury report, a couple other guys as well. So they've beaten the Pistons 8 straight times, 9 of the last 10. They've covered 7 straight versus the Pistons as well, and they beat them 110-101 on November 1st as 3.5-point underdogs versus the Pistons. So could only look towards Blazers, but I'm not laying 5 with the Blazers. I lean their way, but wouldn't be surprised if they tried to take the game away as well, my guys. But that's the show, man. My guys say my guys say no shot Pistons win this. Shit, I don't know, man. I'm not watching the game right now, but I don't fucking know, man. Zion playing grown man ball, fly, Pilly, fly. But yeah, that's the show for tomorrow, my guys. Yeah, ask him, AOD. He been a member for 12 months, man. Did y'all smash the like button? Did y'all join the channel as a member? You see what I'm saying? Chris Martinez did, man. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me see. We had some other members in here. Just Interstanding, Carl A. We had Chef Zulu off in there, Brian, Uno. We got Check Hunter. Who else we got? Jim Romes, a douche. Chris Martinez, and then AOD, who's already been a member as well, man. Y'all join the channel as a member, man. Y'all, it shows some support. These night shows are supposed to be for the members. I'm just doing them for everybody. See what I'm saying, for this week. But last week I did the shows every single night for the members on Saturday and Sunday. Probably don't have a ton of time been spending Saturday and Sunday with the fam, but if I have some plays, if I have some looks, I send them out to the members, guys. So there's plenty of perks that comes with the members. It's not something that you have to, but I know it definitely will pay off for the weekend as well. I believe last weekend was like 8-1, 9-1. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong or something like that, man. But it's all love. Hit the like button. Let's try to get 1,500 likes on the show. Top play of the day for me, Lakers plus a 5. The situations that I do like that I'm not going to bet is Pacers minus 6, Warriors 5th game in 7 nights, Mavs minus 2.5. Knicks have been really lucky right now. I think the injuries are finally starting to catch up with them. Not the best spot for the Cavs. I'm not sure. Wolves Bucks, can see it going either way, and I'm not sure. Maybe let's see if Bradley Beal is out. I'll have more on tomorrow's show at 1 p.m. Eastern. You don't have to watch it. I might add some plays, but I know I'm on Lakers plus 3.5 regardless. That's my top spot of the day by far. Pacers is a really good spot as well. It's just you're paying the premium. You're paying the premium to back the Pacers here, minus the 6, my guys. But plenty of perks come with joining the member. It's not something you have to. I'll be on here with my plays every day, Monday through Friday, with my top plays. The late night shows are supposed to be for the members, and then weekends for sure, definitely for the members there, my guys. But it's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please hit the like button. Please let's get 1,500 likes. The trade deadline is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Be careful. After that, we should be good. Let's go Lake Show. RIP Kobe and his daughter and everybody else that was on the helicopter. You see what I'm saying? It's Kobe Day, February 8th, 2024, baby. Let's get this cash, baby. Mama mentality. Let's go, my guys. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's go. We out.